Guys, this is Kiefer. In the first start of a History Maker Baseball, Big League Baseball Simulation board game playthrough. I'm actually starting off with the Los Angeles Angels, working with the all-time franchise, all-time great series teams that they have here that Keith Avalar has actually set up here. I'll move this out of the way here for us. And so I wanted to see if I could set up a kind of a playthrough here for you guys can join here. I'm not one to actually want to write it all out, as a lot of other gamers do. So I actually wanted to see if I could set up a game where I play through it, and then you guys can actually enjoy kind of seeing it in a kind of a played through sense. I actually do play it a little differently than other people actually play it as well. And by that I mean I actually use an application called Game Changer. It's on the iPhone, not sure if it's on the Android because I don't actually have one of those, but I use them. And I use that because when I actually set everything up, it actually takes the stats, it takes all the information, and it actually will create kind of a box score of sorts that I can actually have to see great information about certain things that are happening. So for instance, if I create a league, I'm actually able to see the information that I have for all the players, so all their statistics are all added up and then recorded, but in a very easy, seamless view, and I'll show that to you in a second here. I'm just getting everything set up here for us, picking our umpires for the game today. Just gonna kind of, I have a lot of them here. I love how he gives us so many great ones here. I usually like to just kind of shuffle them up here and then just grab 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and toss them over here onto the umpire section there. I do apologize if this is, of course, a bad view here. I will be trying to kind of set up here in a, in the coming time here, a better setup. But until then, we're going to try to work with this. So right now, I'm going to check out our stadium. First off, you want to make sure you actually play in a baseball stadium. So I'm going to pull a baseball card here from one of the created series. I'm actually putting the Los Angeles Angels, or California, or Anaheim Angels franchise league up against all of the America baseball leagues. All right, we're going to play at Magro Farm Field. Pretty fun. It's got 44,000 capacity. And then also, left batters, right batters are both small and semi-small. So kind of a cool idea. A lot of home runs I feel like are going to come out of this game probably. So, yeah, we're going to play against them. I've actually started off and played a couple of games myself, and the reason being, of course, I wanted to make sure I could actually play the game before I actually showed it. I'm not good enough yet to play with the managers just yet. I haven't created yet the managers for the league teams, but once I do, I will make sure we set that up. I want to show that off to as many people as I can, at least to be able to kind of get an overview of how that actually works out. So let's look at real quick here what we need to do first and foremost before we actually play the game here. Okay. All right. So let's see here, just getting everything set up on my end here. Let's pull out here. So when we first play a game, we're going to make sure we actually set it all up and pick all the effects. You may want to skip ahead here, and I'll actually put it in the description when the actual game starts here. But I'm just going to walk through and set up the game real quick here beforehand. So we're going to play the game first here, and we'll see what we get here. Let's get everything set up here. All right, I want to make sure you guys can see at least the dice roll on the camera just enough there so I can kind of give you guys a look at what it looks like there. My little dice tower. Hopefully the sound isn't too loud on there. We'll find out actually at the end here. Got everything set up here on my end. All right, kind of like how that looks so far. Not bad. Okay, I'll probably switch this right here, the actual game board, for the actual screen. It kind of shows where we're at with the actual game, and I'll show you this here in a second, the Game Changer. It's really exciting. I thoroughly enjoy it. So today it's actually going to be the Wyoming Spurs, or what I like to call basically the second team, but in this season we're actually calling the Wyoming Spurs versus Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and they're actually winning the series, or they're tied actually. Apologize. They're tied 1-1. The last game, if you can see here, I show you. Might show some reflections there, and I apologize. But right now, as you can see right here, the final was 10-2. Again, I apologize for the jump cut there. Again, with the new camera stuff, we're trying to set everything up here, and the GoPro sometimes doesn't work as perfectly as possible there. So I apologize for that little jump cut there. I made a little section in the break there. You might see a little bit of that as the GoPro kind of gets a little wobbly and doesn't actually stay here. I have the game all set up in our game changer. Let's look at what we're going to have here for our actual setup here on our side. So we have our Sunny here. Okay, very cool. So let's see. We're going to designate our hot player and our cold player. Well, obviously the hot player is going to be Gary, I believe, Decines. Let's see here. Wyoming Spurs score a game. So it's going to open up the game there for us. We're going to see that nicely there. We're going to leave as is. So we're going to actually make sure that Gary Decines, we were going to write that down as a note, jot that down real quick here on my end, that he is actually our hot player. That way we can make sure that if his car comes up, we'll actually have that all set up for us. All right, so our hot player is going to be Gary Decines. He hit 2 home runs last game, which is fantastic, because he was actually coming off the game there, or coming off the bench, if you matter of fact there, actually. Let's check real quick with our back stats here, real quick on our end. Let's go back out of here. And let's see the stats for that last game, that Wyoming Spurs game, just to see who was our cold player. So let's see our last game here. It looks like, who was our worst or kind of cold hitter? Who struck out the most? If we look over here, looks like, well, that's the wrong team there. Let's look at a Los Angeles Angels here. Let's see who struck out the most. Somebody struck out a lot one time, but then didn't hit. Let's see. Let's take it by the average. So it looks like Downing and Fergozzi both had 200, or batting 200. They both got 5 plate appearances. Let's see. ROEs reached on error. So I'm going to say that Downing's actually our lowest player. The reason why is he actually went 1 for 5, and he only reached base on an error, which, well, that's not the best. I mean, it's good to do that, but, for Brian Downing, I'm going to make that our cold player there for us here. All right, and let's actually, now we're done with that here. We're all set here, and we're on a 1-game winning streak, if you of course can see there. Let's check real quick here. Schedule. As you can see, we're on a 1-game winning streak. We're going to play the game today. So we got to roll our dice here for our sunny mood. And we're going to roll the 1 dice here. So was it a win? It was a win. So let's roll that. As you can see here, it's a 5. So a 5 is not going to be there. So we're not going to get that 1 because we have to have a 1 or better or equal to a 1, which isn't a 5. So let's look at the clubhouse mood meter. So let's go over here. Let's see what the decider dice says. So is the team able to continue after last night's great win? It's a bullet. It's a yes. Yes, great. So we are semi-harmonic, which is fantastic. We're going to roll and see what messages we have here. Let's see what we got here. 3. So it looks like the team trainer has got a little message for us here. Let's see what we got on our end here. 1. Okay, so that's a perk with the starting pitcher. Great. We're going to need that, especially since I think it's going to be Jared Weaver today. So which starting pitcher? Hopefully it's going to be somebody good. 6. Next game starting starter major perk. Okay, so that's Nolan Ryan, which I don't think he needs much major perks, but let's see what he's got here. Major perk. Okay, great. Major perk is going to be 1. It's going to be fresh. TFN. I have absolutely no idea what TFN means. I'll have to figure that out when we get to that game. But as you can see here, it's going to be fresh for the... Was it the whole game, I think it is? TFN. We'll see what TFN means, but that's probably going to be something really exciting there for us. And, well, let's see what that happens. But Nolan Ryan's going to be doing really well tomorrow. It looks like the team trainer says so, which is pretty exciting. All right, so now that we got that all set up here for me, I'm going to write that down real quick. All right. As of right now, our training notes here, Troy Gloss is actually out till game 14. So that's actually a really good note to have. And Chuck Finley, who's a really great pitcher, he's actually injured till game 7. So right now we're on Game 6. So he's going to be coming back the next game, or he's going to be available to get back into the rotation Game 6. So let's do the team distant die for the next team, so just in case we have that. So they've only lost one game, so 2 isn't going to help them, so they are going to be well, they are going to be stormy here, or they're not going to have the ability to get sunny. So let's see. Are they able to bounce back from their last game's loss? Let's see what the decider die says. Yes! So it looks like they're semi-harmonic as well, which is very nice. Honestly, I do like to see when we roll the decider die for the teams that we get that there. All right. All right, guys, welcome back here. Let's start the game off here. We're going to set the pitchers here real quick here. So Wyoming Spurs. Let's see what they have on the mound for us today. So their lineup is going to be right there, as you can actually see here. Let's see who their pitcher is going to be. I think their last game, we're going to see here. You want the guys with the stars there. Sometimes they show you who would play more. Even though I don't want to play Charlie Guerrero for their team, he is the best one, even though he has a struggler attribute or category there. But Flash, Semi-Flash is pretty cool, but Double Control is really nice. But I gotta say Mike Bradley is pretty nice to have as well. Workman, Flash Control, Wally Ballard or Bellard. Let's do Wally Bellard. He seems to be an icon. He seems to be someone that they're going to play with a lot there. So let's move this over real quick so that you guys can maybe see a little better here the information I'm talking about here. Cool. All right, so Wally Bellard is going to be pitching there. Great. All right, so let's put him there. He's going to be on the mound there for us. Let's see who's going to be pitching here. Let's see here. So from bench, so as you can see here, he's on the field. Los Angeles Angels are right here. The pitcher, though, we're going to need to set up a pitcher. So as you can see there. All right, so the pitching today is going to be Jared Weaver. He's actually the first game, so this is going to be his second game. He didn't do so well his first game, actually. Pretty sure he was pretty terrible, actually. Let up a lot of runs, but that was against another team, so maybe he'll be better off here. We're going to sub out of the lineup, and let's see who the DH is going to be, actually, for our team here today. I did add some new players here that are going to be available to us, and the reason why I put them in here, and I'll show you why, is because they are part of the Field of Dreams category, but they are not actually a part of the all-time. Mark Eichhorn, or Eichhorn? I think it's Eichhorn, yeah. He's actually one of the top 20 Angels players of all time. He's on there. So that's really fun. I don't remember him playing because I was actually born in 1990. So, but I do remember Scott Shields. Absolutely somebody you would want to put on there. And he will probably be playing today, which I'm very excited about. He played for Anaheim, especially when we were really great, always trying to win the division there for us, which was really fun. We have all these great guys here. But these are the two, I guess 3 guys here that I'm kind of looking into. Bobby Grich, great player. He's in there, but of course I couldn't find that card. I don't know why or where it went, but that's there. Lyman Bostic, he played for California for about a year, I believe. Had a pretty good stint with us. Had some good batting, but don't remember him. But Albert Pujols, he's actually not a part of our team for All-Star, or for the All-Star or all-time franchise, but I guarantee you he is, as an Angels fan, I would tell you, he's going to end up being one of the all-time best players for the Angels. Guaranteed, hands down. I just think that, yes, he's great in St. Louis, and he did a lot of great things as a left fielder and as a first baseman, but 100% he is fantastic for the Angels. He loves LA, and I think for that today, I think I'm going to actually put in, just because I feel like I want to get some rounds to him, I'm actually putting Jim Edmonds. I know I was talking up those guys pretty heavily, but Jim Edmonds, I want to actually give him a run. He hasn't actually played, so let's have him actually play as the DH for today. Let's set him up. Let's see here. DH, great. So as you can see here, it does file him as the designated hitter. It also files, I believe, or it should have. Let me see here actually. So about a lineup. Let's throw in Weaver. As you can see, the system kind of sets it up, so then you click on Weaver, and you should be able to set him as the pitcher, and then you can actually set the DH for him. So that's going to be Jim Edmonds, who's right here. Okay, so he's going to be playing the last of the lineup here. So let's make sure we have. So let's look at our lineup here. We're going to have Adam Kennedy, Wally Joyner, Mike Trout, Vladimir Guerrero, Doug DeCines. Not going to be Garrett Anderson as it says here on the table here. I subbed him out, even though he's my favorite player. I'm actually sub him out for Darren Erstad. Man, he's much better. All right, Jim Fregosi, who actually is playing for Gary DiSarcina, which he's great, but man, Fregosi just had a little bit of better hand the first game he played, and I like the way he played on the cards, the way he rolls for him here. All right, so we're actually away, so we're going to actually be batting first, which is exciting. So at this time, we're all set. The stage is set there for us. When we need to, I can actually show us here who our umpires are, but right now we have our scores here for us. Hopefully it's clear enough for you guys to see. If not, we can always try next time for maybe a little bit different of a setup there. But as of right now, we should be all set and ready to go for some History Maker baseball. All right, so first batter is going to be Adam Kennedy here. Let's see here. First batter here. Great. So 4-5-6. 4-5-6 is he patient? All right, so he's not patient there. We're going to put him right here for you so you can see. Is he patient? He is not patient. Let's see. So he's going to be a fly out to center field. So pitch, we're going to do ball and play, fly ball, batter out, fly out to center field. Okay, one down there. And we're going to go to team chemistry. That's why you always got to stay healthy with your team there. Okay, so we have a 2-5 and a yes to the bullet there. 2-5 is the pitching team dissonant. They are not. So otherwise, fly out to right field. Okay, fly out to right field. Looks like Wally Joyner starting off with the, well, Wally Bellard is starting off pretty well there. So our next up is going to be Mike Trout. Let's go back there to our normal here. All right, a 1-6-6. Okay, 1-6-6 shows us a Workman. Is the pitcher a Workman here? He is semi, but unfortunately, because it is a non-bullet, he is not going to be. Is he a whiffer? He is. Let's roll that bullet one more time because I'm not going to have it just be always negative there. Okay, so he's a negative there, so he's not. So it's going to be a ground out to third base. Ground out to third base. Milner to Conroy. Due up for the Spurs that are going to be is going to be actually Conroy, Facero, and Horton. So 3 up, 3 down there for us. Okay, Jared Weaver on the mound here. We're going to see how this works out. And of course, since it was ground out to third base, we're going to actually pull it over to the player experience chart. All right, so that's a 4-5, and then no distance here for Bernie Conroy. So 4-5, is he a prospect batter? He is not. He's actually normal here. So let's see here, 4-5. Otherwise, hard to. So it looks like he fooled by the pitch. It's a hard to field infield grounder. Batter out at first. The active player batter safe. So he's not active. He's running. He's actually stoic. So it looks like it's a hard to field infield grounder. So I'm going to give that a ball and play, hard ground ball, and he's actually going to get a hard ground ball to infield grounder. So he's a right-handed batter, so I'm actually going to give that kind of that play. He's right-handed. I'm going to give that to Fregosi, and I'm going to have him say he went to Joyner. Give him the actual credit for that one. All right, so now we're back over here. Manny Facero. Got that prospect, semi kind of thing here. I just called up for the minors last year, which is pretty exciting. 2-5-6, Manny Facero. Let's see what he's got here. 2-5-6. Is he pitcher star? He is not. Jared Weaver is not a star. Let's see here. Is 2-5-6? Am I looking at the right one? No, I'm not looking at the right one. Jeez. All right, so 2-5-6, is he a struggler? He is not, obviously. Is Manny Facero a champion or patient? It looks like the actual bullet die says he's not. The cider die says he's not. So it's going to be infield drama. It's always exciting here. Getting all these charts here. Showing you guys the charts real quick here. Last game, I swear I had charts every other time here. All right, so that's a 1-5. 1-5 and a no. So is the shortstop iron? Let's check here. So Fregosi, let's look for Fregosi. Is he iron? He is not. He's actually gold, so he's the exact opposite here. So the shortstop iron looks like smooth grab of bouncing ball, ground out. Pretty exciting there. So Fergozzi goes in there, throws it over to Joyner. That's pretty exciting. All right, that's 2 down here. Wes Orton's up the bat. Let's check it out here. Just normal here. Let me pull over the thing there for us. All right, so that's a 1-2-4. So the 1-2-4 is going to be his control pitcher. Jared Weaver is a control pitcher. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I guess, yeah, since he is a 1-2-4 control, that's going to be a ground out to shortstop. So, man, as of right now, Fergozzi is getting a lot of plays. Due up now is going to be Vladimir Guerrero, DeCines, and Darren Erstad. Very cool. Big boys of the batting here. Vladimir Guerrero, definitely a really great batter, especially when he played for the Angels. Really enjoyed it here. Okay, first batter here. 5-5-5. Can only be good here. So is an ace or a star? He's actually neither of those. Let's see here. Scrapper, he is not. Look, wow, 5-5-5. Looks like he is a home run to left field. Great shot there by Vladimir Guerrero. Fantastic there to left field. That's his first home run of the season, which puts them up on top here. Now, I will tell you here, you might be thinking to yourself, man, Kiefer, the all-time Angels stars are going to be beating these guys senselessly, and it's not actually the case. The games are actually pretty close to decided here. They're actually 1-0 or 2-1. The only game that was actually kind of a blowout was last game, and that was 10-2, and it was just a blowout because the dice were rolling hot. DeCines had 2 home runs in the game, and then Trout had a home run. So it's actually come out pretty well in the sense that the game has been pretty good in regards to kind of competition. I just want to see how these statistics would do and how much fun it would be. So let's look at what Doug DeCines does, coming off the hot game he's got going on here. So 1-3-4 after that there. Is the catcher gold? I can almost guarantee you that he is not. Yeah, Wes Orton is definitely not a gold catcher. Yeah, he is iron actually, so, or semi-iron. So 1-3-4. Let's see here. Champion. He is not a champion. The next thing is going to be outfield drama. All right. All right, some outfield drama here. Let's get the dice going here. All right, so that's a 6-6 in the bullet dice. Yes. So outfield drama, 6-6. It's right field iron. Let's see what Facero is here. Manny is, because it does look like, see here, outfield iron, so he is a bullet dice, so it looks like he is semi, so right now he is right field is iron. So misplayed ball drops in for a double, and we're actually going to go to the other mini chart there for us. So let's look right here. Line drive, it's going to be a double. Great job there for Doug DeCines, just showing off that same old star here for us. Now, if roll decide or die on yes, dot results, iron fielder commits error, allowing batter to advance to extra base. So let me see if he actually committed the error here. Let's roll that here real quick. He does commit an error, so that's actually really helpful because then I can actually take that back. So let's see here. I'm going to tap that to cancel. I'm going to undo this. All right, so Doug DeCines is up the bat here. We're going to show a line drive. There we go. And it's going to be an error on Facero. Yep. And we're going to throw it to Enos. And let's see. It's going to be on Facero. And he's going to actually get there on the same error. So it's going to get him to there. And it'll actually show up in the story, like in the play right here, as you can see. Doug advances the second on last play, and he reached on an error by right fielder, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of fun to see that. As you can, of course, see what's coming up to bat here. And I can actually show this most recent play so you can see what's going on here. All right. Oh, maybe you guys would like that. A lot of you guys like that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see here. Darren Erstad's up here, and we're going to actually be going to, if I remember correctly, we're going to go to the purple chart, which I believe is team chemistry. Great, look at that. Both teams are harmony or semi-harmonious. So 35, whoop, geez, touching those dice there. 35 and a yes there, so 35 is going to be pitching team dissonance. It looks like they are not, of course, but it looks like the dissonant dice says bullet. But let's see here. Did I say they were dissonant? Or are they harmonious? You know, I definitely said they were harmonious. Yeah, semi-harmonious. So 35, they are semi-harmonious. So it looks like ground out to shortstop there for us. So it's actually a ground out to a shortstop. And the ground outs for when a player is rolling here for a 3-5, fielder's choice on ground outs. Runners advance 2 bases on any hit or single. So I'm going to say ball in play and ground ball. Fielder's choice. You guys might be actually noticing that I'm doing this wrong, but I kind of don't really know exactly what a fielder's choice 100% is. So I'm going to say, because it's to the shortstop, I'm going to say he actually tags out DeCines on a choice there to get DeCines out, and Erstad gets to base. All right. So let's go back to normal there. As you can see, the scorebook kind of fills it out for you as you write it out there. It's kind of nice. All right, so right now Jim Fergozzi's getting up there. 2-3-4 here. All right, 2-3-4. Runner on bases. Yes, there are. Plate drama. Let's go to it. All right, plate drama, here we go. It looks like we have a 1-6 in the yes bullet here. So 1-6, so it's catcher iron. Well, Wes Horton, I think we just checked that. So let's see, I think he is actually. All right, Wes Horton, there he is. And he is, but the decider side says he is, definitely, since he's a semi. So the catcher is 1-6, yes. Low and away, ball, and gets away from him, past ball. So it looks like that. So plate drama there. Let's see real quick here. So a passed ball. Let's see here. So 1-6. Let's look real quick here. Double on ground outs. Runners hole on flyouts. Runners advance on base. 2 base hits on doubles. Wow. Okay. So a passed ball. I'm just kind of looking real quick on where is Erstad going to get a go, I guess you'd say. So we're going to say ball in play, or let's see here, ball, and then we can put Erstad to second on a passed ball. There you go. So now Fergozzi's going to play again. As you can see, a passed ball is going to actually put us to the team chemistry chart. So now Erstad has actually advanced to second base, which is really good, and Fergozzi's going to be playing a team chemistry real quick. So 45, let's see, 45, batting team, harmony. They are in semi-harmonious, but their team says otherwise. So it looks like it's going to ground out to an infield choice. So because the dice, I'm going to say, because he's a righty, it's going to go to Gonzalez here. I know there is a thing for us when you have the same die. So I guess I could say the 5, but I'm just going to go with the fact that it's going to be a 5. Let's just try that. Let's go with what the advanced rules say here for us. So it looks like fielder, even though it's just 1, we'll say since there's 2 4s here, we'll go with it and say 5. So the black die is the difference, so it's going to be second base. So second baseman, ground ball, and 45, it's set again, ground out to infield choice. So let's look real quick here on 45. Looks like the runners advance 1 base on ground outs. So it looks like he's going to advance. So batter's out at first, second base, Enos to Conroy, and Erstad is on third, which is a good advancement, even though it's 2 outs, but a runner on third. Let's go back to the normal. All right, so it's a 4-6-6 on Brian Downing. 4-6-6 shows us that we have a wild pitcher. Is he a wild pitcher? He is not. Home run king or slugger? He is none of those. So that's a single to left, and the active steals. So it looks like we got a nice little line drive. Single to left. That's a safe for Darren Erstad, and he is not a running active player, so he's just a stoic player. So that'll just mean he stays there on first. Okay. I guess let's look real quick here for that beta. I think it was a chart thing there that showed up. I don't think he has that chart. If batter has sigma rating and he doesn't have the sigma rating, gotcha. Those sigma and delta ratings are a little bit tricky because some of these batters don't actually have them. So, all right, we have the next batter is going to be Jim Edmonds. The DH is up here, 1-4-6. 1-4-6. is it can be a pitcher of the flash. He is flash. So 1-4-6 is going to be a strikeout. He is not a good, doesn't have a good eye, so he's going to strike out here. So it looks like he got out of the inning there with a nice strikeout there. All right, so who's going to be up is going to be Gary Mosby, and then Coles and Milner. All right, ends the inning there for us. Probably makes them feel better. Look over the scorebook for them. Bottom of the second, it's already 2-0. All right, 2-3-6. All right, Gary Mosby here, 2-3-6. Now is the pitcher double control? He is not. 2-3-6. Is the pitcher batting? He is not. It's going to be a base on balls. Looks like Jared Weaver got himself back into the clutch athletics he was when he was playing the last game there. It appeared that he always was not getting the guys out like he should have. Scotty Coles is up there. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? He is not. Is the batter eager? He is not. 2-3-5 says it's going to be a ground out to second base. And if the batter is patient, which he is not, it would have been a walk, but looks like a 2-3-5. For this, when a batter is on, it's going to be a fielder choice, runner out at second. So instead of the actual batter getting out, it's going to be a guy getting a fielder's choice. So ground ball. I think it's a ground out to second, right? 2-3-5. Ground out to second base. We're going to say Fregosi pops over and grabs it there. And Gary Mosby is out. Okay, Joey Milner up the bat. Okay. 4-6-6. Let's see what we got here. 4-6-6. Is pitcher wild? He is not. Home run king or slugger? He is a slugger, and that means he's going to strike out. All right. So as you kind of see here, it kind of starts filling in pretty nicely there. All the information that's kind of going on. All right, so it's going to be... Oops. I not get the strikeout. There you go. All right, so Carlos Ines. Second out of the game here. He's getting up the plate. 1-4-4. 1-4-4. Is the pitcher flash? He is. Strikeout. And of course, if the batter has the 1-4-4, if he's questionable or lenient umpire calls ball 4, other umpires call strike 3. So it looks like Jerry Gale is the actual umpire. He's from the American Baseball League, I believe. And he says he's actually respected. So a good thing for a little bit of respect and treating the game how it should be. Calls it as it is. And so that's the end of the second there. All right. Got tapped to return to top of the lineup. We're not going to add a 10th batter. I'm not sure which league actually has 10 batters in their lineup. A little strange. All right. Back to Adam Kennedy here. Second baseman here. All right. 1-3-6. 1-3-6 is going to be here. Is the pitcher an ace? He is not. Let's see here. A whiffer? Is the batter a whiffer or cold? Now, Adam Kennedy, so with cold, you're actually going to have to check. So before the 5th inning, we have to check to see what they've done previously. So if you look at Adam Kennedy, he was actually, basically out here. If you want to look instead, if you can't read a scorebook, you can read right here. It'll say Adam Kennedy flied out to center field on a fly ball. So he's semi-cold, and the decider die, well, essentially it's semi-cold. So the decider die does say he's not cold, so that just means he's neutral. So he's not necessarily cold at this point. So we're going to continue on. 1-3-6, so it's going to go infield drama. All right, let's see what we got here for us. 1-3-6, infield drama. All right, 1-4. First baseman iron. Okay, let's look at Conroy, who's just up to bat here. Conroy. Bernie Conroy. Is he iron? He is not. He actually doesn't have anything. He's just a normal. So it looks like otherwise makes a play. Easy ground out. Well, there you go, Adam Kennedy. Didn't really do too much there. I'm going to say he actually grounded out. He just went to the Bernie Conroy, and he actually tagged him out or just got him on the base. All right, Wally Joyner up to bat here again. Good for him to get up the bat again here. All right, 1-5-6. 1-5-6. Goes right to the batter. Is he a whiffer? He is not. So 1-5-6 shows outfield drama. Wow, we are getting a lot of these outfield dramas. Obviously, looks like this game's pretty exciting for the attendance here today. 1-3. So 1-3 is center fielder iron. You're Gary Mosby. I think I'm going to actually learn these guys really well here as I'm looking through and see if they're actually iron. They are not iron, so he's not iron. Center field looks like lunging catch. Batter lines out to Mosby. Nice job there, Mosby. Nice little line out there. Line out to Gary Mosby. That's 2 away. All right. Next up to bat is going to be Mike Trout. Let's go back to our first page here. So it looks like it's a 2-4-5. 2-4-5 shows us that's going to be going right to the batter here. Now, is he a hero? It shows that our decider die says he is not. 2-4-5 is going to be a pop out to second base, and we're going to go to a different one here. 2-4-5, pop out. And it's to second base. So that's the end of that inning there for us. Gonzalez, Conroy, and Facero are up next here for us. We're actually going to go over to handy dandy player experience chart. I just threw the decider die on the other side of the dice tower. There you go. So 1-5, prospect batter. Let's look at Gonzalez. He is not a prospect batter. Otherwise, he's a single. So let's see here. He's going to actually single. Let's say line drives, single. And since he's a right-handed batter, it doesn't really tell us where. So I'm going to say he goes to Erstad there. And the next there. All right. Oop, did I miss a batter here? Let's see here. Looks like I got a little bit of a fancy-dancy here. So Gonzalez. Does have Travis Harvey sitting in the lineup here for no reason? Kind of looks like I do. All right, let's put him back in the dugout there. He should be on the field. Kind of seems like that'll be a disqualification by a game, but not in this game. We're going to go right back to Bernie Conroy. I want to actually play the game. I don't want to see that kind of garbage. All right, so let's go back to the scorebook so you guys can enjoy that there. I know you guys kind of like to see all the scorebook stuff as it goes here. Looks like he went to a 6-3 out here. All right. So 2-4-6. Let's go back over here. 2-4-6. Is he control? Pitcher control? He is. So it looks like control, ground out to pitcher. And since it's a 2-4-6, we're going to actually see the base runner. It says that's going to be a fielder choice on ground outs, and it's going to be out at second. So ground ball, fielder's choice. Weaver to Adam Kennedy. Out at second. Gonzalez is out. Bernie got on a fielder's choice. Manny Facero is up next here. All right, so 1-3-6. 1-3-6. Is the pitcher an ace? He is an ace, and the bullet says he is an ace as well, where he's a semi-ace, and bullet says he is, and so 1-3-6 says it's going to be a strikeout. He doesn't have a good eye, so he is struck out at the plate there. Let's go back there, called strike 3. Looking. Wes Orton. All right, 2-3-5. 2-3-5 shows us it's going to be is the pitcher wild? He is definitely not. Jared Weaver's doing pretty well here today. Is the batter eager? He is not. So it looks like that Wes Orton's going to ground out to second base. Now it does say, of course, if he was a patient batter, which he is not, it would be a different story, but it looks like he grounded out. So if it's a 2, so it's going to be a fielder's choice, and we'll just say he grounded out to second base, and for Gozy, got Conroy on a fielder's choice. You might be noticing that maybe some rules are different for me with actual intents of baseball. So forgive me. I don't actually ever played baseball. I just kind of enjoyed playing the card games here. All right, leading us off here, Vladimir Guerrero on the fourth. 4-4-6. 4-4-6 is the pitcher a star? He is not. 4-4-6 is a sat-sack, utility, or patient. He is neither three of those. So it looks like he's going to single to right field, and then active, he's going to steal. Well, as you can tell, he is not active. So we're going to actually see him line out, or not line out, he's going to line for a single to right field. Good for Vladimir Guerrero getting on base there. All right, and it looks like this is going to put us over to the player experience chart. Hopefully Doug DeCinas is ready for another blast here. Oh boy. Did I get that caught in there? Looks like my dice tower is actually falling apart on me here. All right, let's try that one more time here as I break my dice tower real quick on camera. Definitely some growing pains here on the first video of the channel here. All right, I apologize for that little cut there. Dice tower actually broke on me, so I had to bring it back together. All right, next batter is going to be Doug DeCinez on his player experience, 2-3. So 2-3 is going to be a prospect pitcher. He is not. So 2-3, prospect pitcher. So it looks like it's a ground out to second base. And so with this 2-3, fielder's choice on ground out. So it's going to be fielder's choice. A lot of those today, it seems like. Looks like we're going to be second base, Inez Gonzalez to get out Guerrero. All right, Darren Erstad here, stepping up the plate here. One out, and DeCinez on base here. Okay. So 1-3-3. So is he a slugger? He is. Wow, look at that. Home run to center field. Boy, if I spoken up about how this game is actually pretty fair or doing well, I kind of sound like I'm lying here. Because it looks like Wally Bellard is kind of taking lashings at this point from our team here. But I promise you, I swear to you that it wasn't like this before. But hey, as a baseball fan, I love it. So can't complain with that. So it looks like as a slugger, he hit his first home run of the season. So congrats there to Darren Erstad for the 2016 first home run there. All right, so Jim Fergozzi's up to bat. 1-2-3. So 1-2-3 states, is he both flash and fresh? Now it is the top of the fourth, and he has not remained scoreless, but still, I think it's top of the fourth, he's still semi-fresh. Our decider side says he's not. So no matter what, if he's a flash or not, he does not have that. So 1-2-3 goes right to a ground out to shortstop. Kind of stop that bleeding a little bit there. Brian Downing here coming up the plate. All right, that's a 2-4-5. 2-4-5 is going to show us that we have, is he a hero? He is not. That's a pop out to second base. We're going to be playing with the player experience chart when we get back into the next inning here. Yep, looks like Gary Mosby is going to be coming up. Coles, and then Milner. All right, Gary Mosby here, playing on the player experience chart here. All right. Oh, I believe that was actually a bolt there. So 2-4, player experience. So is he an icon batter? He is, which is great. So he delivers a single just inside the baseline. So he's actually a left-handed batter. So we're going to play a hard ground ball as a single. So if he's a left-handed batter, he's batting that way. So it's going to be through over to Guerrero on that line drive there. Nice little skip and a bounce there for us. So one man on, and here comes Scotty Coles. Looking for that elusive first hit, I think it is. Yeah, you guys fielder's choice, so I guess that counts. 1-2-2, and I believe we're going to be playing with a normal thing here. 1-2-2 looks like is the batter, or is the pitcher a workman? He is not. Is a champ or a whiffer? He is a whiffer. So that nubbed infield single to third base. So the base running here for us is going to work as such. Runners advance one base on hits, two bases on a double, which kind of makes sense. So we're going to say ground ball, and it's to, let's see here, third base. So single, third base. All right, nice job there. So it looks like Jared Weaver's actually got a little bit of trouble here after 3 innings pitched. Okay. So 1-1-6 with Joni Milner. 1-1-6 puts him at, is he fresh? Well, it looks like Jared Weaver's semi-fresh right now, and he actually pulls out as fresh, so it looks like he is struck out. That's great. Good job there. Jared getting, I think it's his first or second strikeout of the game here. Let's see here, Carlos Inez. All right, 2-3-5. 2-3-5, is he a wild pitcher? He is not. Is Carlos Inez eager? He is. So 2-3-5 looks like he's a single through the shortstop. If he's a whiffer, it shows right here, batter strikes out, and it says that he is semi-whiffer, and he does strike out, which really sucks for him because he was going to actually probably get a run scored there, which really is quite terrible. So that's actually going to be, let's check real quick here. Let's look at some stats, I guess, real quick here on my end. Stats, pitching. So it looks like Weaver has actually struck out 5 already, which is good for him. And Bellard just struck out 1. So doing pretty dang well there, Weaver, as for today. 5 struck out through 4. Not too bad. All right, George Gonzalez is up here. 1-4-5, 2 men on. Is he a struggling pitcher? He is definitely not. Doing pretty well. It looks like he's ground out to the third baseman since he's a right-handed hitter. So ground ball, out. And we're going to say DeCinez to Wally and Joyner. So Wally World catches it. Edmonds, Kennedy, and Joyner are up to bat. The top of the 5th. All right. Jim Edmonds is up to bat here. Let's see how that goes for us. 3-5-5. 3-5-5 is a pitcher struggling. He is not. He actually got the last guy out there, so he's not doing too bad. Is Jim Evans a champion? He is not. And so that's going to leave us to a ground ball to second base. Oh, I accidentally clicked that there, so I'm going to cancel that. All right, let's go. Ground ball out, second base. Adam Kennedy here. Up to bat here. All right, so 2-3-5. 2-3-5 is going to be his pitcher wild. He is not. All right, 2-3-5. Then it's going to be eager. He is eager, so that's going to be a single through to shortstop. And of course, again, if he's a whiffer, it'd be a strikeout. But unfortunately, it's going to be a for the Spurs. It's going to be a little bit of a play here for us. So a hard ground ball. Just going to single to Coles there. So Kennedy's on base there. Looks like it's going to be for his first hit of the day. Or, let's check. Yep, first hit of the day. Great for him. All right, Wally World is up here. Looks like he has not had his first hit today. So 3-3-4. 3-3-4. Looks like if the pitcher is ace or star, he is not. Sad sack. Nope, Wally World's not. So that's going to be a single to left field. A little flag guy, if he's eager, he is not eager. So that's a single to left field there. Line drive, single to left field, I believe. Runners advance 2 bases on any hit, single or double. All right, so that means that Kennedy is going to kind of round there on that last play there, which is great for Wally World. He gets on there, his first bat here. 1 out. Mike Trout here looking up to kind of clean up the plate here. So 5-5-6 here. His pitcher ace, he is not. He's kind of losing out there. Sad sack, he is not. So Mike Trout's going to get a double to right field and active steals. So this will be actually interesting how we're going to play this here. Ball in play, we're going to say it's going to be a fly ball. Fly ball. It's going to be a double. So what? Did I say a double? Yeah? 5-5-6. Yep, double to right field. Okay. Now, if you look here on a 5-5-6, runners on advance 1 ground out. Runners on third, scores on flyouts. Runners advance 2 bases on singles, score on doubles. So it looks like Kennedy's going to score and Joyner's going to score on that last play. And then Trout is actually going to steal third, which, as always, Trout does here. So we're going to actually pitch the ball here real quick, put a ball on there because he's not doing too well. And he's going to be safe on a stolen base. We're going to have to work with it a little bit here. All right, so as we were playing here, it's kind of trying to make a decision whether or not we're going to work with Vladimir Guerrero here, because he is up to bat here at this moment. And, well, as you can kind of tell, Vladimir Guerrero is kind of striking and kind of a little bit scary here for a young pitcher like Wally Bellard. So we're going to actually try to see if we can go to the bullpen for them. They kind of need to get a bullpen pitcher out here. He's let up too many runs there. 6 runs, just not very good. Especially since he got 6 runs, I kind of forgot that actually makes him a struggler no matter what. because after 5 runs, they have lost their freshness and basically make them horrible pitchers. So you don't want to have that anymore. So we're going to actually have Wally Billard go back out. He did pretty well for them at the time, so good for him, but the batting was just too hot today. So we're going to have to bring in a new pitcher here. And I'm going to bring in Burke Brewer. He's really good. He pitched the first game and did a really great job and actually helped them win alongside Vincent Ramos, which I'll probably use as a 1-2 punch here. So as you can see here, Burke Brewer, I'll actually have him play first here, and he'll actually be the pitcher now. He's got star, semi-flash, and semi-control, which is pretty darn good. So we'll work with that. All right, so let's get back to the game here. So there's 1 out. Mike Trout on third base. Vladimir Guerrero's up. Let's see what we got here. So 1, 2, 3. And remember, of course, Burke Brewer is actually going to have an ace attribute because he is coming in against his first batter. So does he have flash and fresh? It does say to Decide or Die that he does have, of course, that semi-flash button there, so, or that bullet point there. So he does actually have both. So it looks like he's struck out. So good job bringing him in there. So that's going to bring him in and it's going to strike him out. So that's 2 out there. Vladimir gets struck out there. You never want, of course, rule of thumb in baseball. I know this, and I haven't even played the game. You never want to leave a man stranded on third base. Got DeCinas is going to come up and see if he can work some magic here again. So 3-5-5. So 3-5-5. Looks like it's going to be, is he a struggler? The pitcher is not a struggler, obviously. Is Doug Champion? He is not. So it's going to be a ground out to second base. Also, if it's a thumb, if he's a whiffer, but he's not. So ground ball. So let's see, ground ball out. So at second base, I think it was. Yeah, at second base. So Conroy, he is out. So it's going to be Conroy coming up here, catches the ball, and he's going to be grabbing his bat real quick here. All right, so Bernie Conroy is up here. It's going to be the bottom of the 5th. Let's see how it's going to get started here. All right, that's a 1-1-4 here. So 1-1-4. Looks like we're going to have is the pitcher fresh. Jerry Weaver is not fresh in this one because he's actually got a no bullet there. So not fresh, side sack, or patient. He is neither. So it looks like it's going to be a single to right field. And we're actually going to a mini chart here in a second. So line drive to, not batter out. It's not. There we go. Right field. Conroy's up there. And let's see what's going to happen here. What chart are we going to here? Team chemistry. Great. All right. So let's see how these semi-harmonic teams are going to play here real quick. All right. 4-5. 4-5 says, is the batting team harmony? So the batting team is not going to be harmony because there's no bullet there. So we're just going to skip across. So it looks like it's a ground out to choice infield. Again, I don't really have a choice, so I'm going to say the highest number, which is a red. And this is a right-handed batter. So we're going to go over to the fielder finder, which says red die is going to be a shortstop. So let's go over to the shortstop and give him the ground out. If it's a 4-5, base running for 4-5, runners advance 1 base on ground out. So it looks like that shortstop just kind of went with the out at first here. So Fergozzi to Wally World over there, and Conroy advances. So not terrible for Facero. Got a man to advance there. All right, let's go back here real quick. All right, Wes Orton coming up to bat here. All right, 2-3-5. So 2-3-5. Let's see what we got here. 2-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? He is not. Is the batter eager? He is not. So 2-3-5 is going to be a ground out to second base, and batter's not patient, so he doesn't get any of the specials there. And 2-3-5, it's a fielder's choice on ground out, so we're going to actually ground out. And the fielder's choice, they're going to actually 2-3-5 is ground out to second base. So Adam Kennedy is actually going to throw over to DeCinas on a weird throw to get Conroy out. I'm not sure why Conroy would actually even advance at that point, but hey, he does in this game. So Orton's on base, 2 outs. Gary Mosby is coming up to plate here. So 1-1-4 with the bullet here. Let's see what we got going on. So 1-1-4, is the pitcher fresh? He is fresh on this one. So even though it's the bottom of the 5th, he still is fresh. He's done a scoreless, so still has a shutout. Better to say that. And it's a bullet. So let's see here. So that's a 1-1-4. So he's a fresh. So that's a ground out to shortstop. And 1-1-4 looks like on ground outs is a double play, so it doesn't much matter. So we're just going to have a ground out to the shortstop, right? 1-1-4, yep. So Wally Joyner's going to close it out there. And it looks like Darren Erstad's going to be up to bat here. I love seeing Darren Erstad. Great player. I love his little stat right here. It's really kind of cool. So if you see real quick here, so on these little cards they have on the backs, they have these really cool statistics here. And as you can see here on this one, so Darren Erstad, as you can see, Erstad is one of only 5 batters to have hit both a leadoff and a walk-off home run in the same game. Great player. I just really enjoy that. And looking at 2000, the year before they won the World Series, I believe, they had a 355 average. That is just amazing. That's just phenomenal, really. All right, so back to real life here and not talking about Darren Erstad so much. It's kind of weird how much I talked about Darren Erstad there for a second. Let's go back here. All right, Darren Erstad. So it's going to be a 3-4-5. 3-4-5. Let's look real quick here. Is he an iron catcher? I kind of think he is, actually. I'm not really sure. He might be actually gold. Nope, iron, and it's a bullet, so he's semi-iron, and he's a yes on this one. So 3-4-5 is iron catcher. So it's a base on ball, so it looks like Darren has watched all of those 4 balls go on there, and he's going to be on base. So Jim Fergosi is going to come up to bat here. All right. So we have a 1-6-6. 1-6-6 is going to tell us that is the pitcher a workman? Pitcher is not a workman. Is the batter a whiffer? He is not. And so that's going to be a ground out to third base. Going to bring up a player experience chart here. So batter out at third base. And on a 1-6-6, that's actually going to be a double play, which might actually end the inning here. So, or no, that's going to be 2 outs here. Let me back that up real quick here. Undo. There we go. Pitch, ball in play, ground out. And it's going to be a batter out, double play. Milner, Inez, Conroy. That's a great little play there. All right, it's a double play there. And Brian Downing is up to bat here. I'm going to grab a little bit of water here. All right. Brian Downing's up to bat here. All right, so it's going to be a 2-5-6. So 2-5-6 is the pitcher struggler. He is not. He actually just got a batter out there. So champion or patient. Gotta move this over real quick. Apologize, I just saw that. All right, so back to here. So 2-5-6 is the batter a champion or patient. It looks like he's not a champion. So because the decider die originally was a no bullet. Let's look and see if he's patient. He is patient. So 2-5-6. That's gonna be a base on balls there. All right. So it looks like I think I actually gave the other pitcher all these great. I gave Billard the stats for the other pitcher. It's okay. I can change that later on. But as for now, we're just going to make sure we take him out and put on the actual, which is Brewer, who's actually out there. Okay, so Brian Downing is going to be base on balls there. Perfect. So he's on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So one man on there on base on balls here. And Jim Edmonds. There you go. So 1-2-2. Is the pitcher Workman? Nope, it's definitely not still. Champ or a whiffer? He is a whiffer, because it looks like the ball die says so. Nubbed infield single to third base. So it looks like ball's in play. Ground ball, single, third base. Gets in there. Jim Evans is on there. Adam Kennedy is up to bat here. Adam Kennedy's having a pretty good game here. I think he's actually, let's see here, he's got 1 for 3 it looks like at this point. All right, so that is 2-2-6. 2-2-6, batter hit by pitch. See below. Let's look here. So 2-2-6, decider die determines if batter is hit by pitch. If so, batter takes base. If not, continue to 2-2-6 batter column. So the decider die says yes. So that means yes, he got hit by pitch. At this point, you're kind of considering Burke Brewer's ability. Like I was saying, he was doing great the previous play there. He's loaded the bases with Wally World coming up here. Sensational. Getting up the plate here. All right, let's see what happens. So 2-4-5. 2-4-5 is the batter a hero? Well, he is. And, well, as you can tell, he's going to single to left field there. And, well, he's going to do exactly what Wally had always done previously. Really just kind of controlled the crowd there. So let's see what's going on here. So Downing's going to be safe here. It looks like active runner on third base scores on flyouts, which doesn't apply here. Runners advance on one base on singles. Two bases on doubles. Active runners score from first on doubles. So at this point, it doesn't much matter. Everyone's going to run one base. So looks like that's the only person who's going to score. So Wally Joyner now has just really a great game at this point. Looks like he's kind of just rounding the bases here all the way. So let's see what we got going here. Mike Trout coming to the plate here. 1-1-5. 1-1-5. Is the pitcher fresh? He is semi-fresh, but the die here says he is not. So he is not fresh. 1-1-5. Is the batter a home run king or sad sack? He is a home run king, but let's see. He's a semi-home run king, so we have to actually check with the decider die. Says he's not. So that's gonna be a double to left field. My goodness. All right. Double to left field, which is great for him. So we're going to double that here for us. Double the left field. So at this point, it's starting to look like a blowout here, and kind of starting to eat my words a little bit here. This team does not seem like they're actually capable of even handling when the dice rolls work for our team in our favor. Just looks like this team is going to kind of walk through the old Wyoming Spurs. So for a double, it looks like two bases on doubles, and then it looks like active runners score from second on any hit. So Edmonds is going to score, and then Kennedy is going to score because he was on second there, and I believe Kennedy, if I look real quick here, he was an active player, I think. Yeah, he was active. I can see here, so let me see. He was on second, so let's see. Even though it doesn't matter because I think it says two bases on doubles, so active player scores from second on any hit, so it does not matter if he's on there. Joyner, though, will stay at third. And it looks like Burke Brewer is going to be pulling out of the game here. He's just not cutting it here. Let's see what we got here. Who's going to be the guy who's going to come in here? It's going to be Fujiwara. He is a struggler there. Or Madison Jeff. Let's do Fujiwara. So Fujiwara will pitch here. Okay. Now he is a struggler, a semi-struggler, but he does have that flash and semi-control. So that is a nice little treat for him to have there. And we'll bring him in on the game so I can have all the stats also set up here. Really just need to get their bats set up there. I'm not sure what's going on with them. Their team just cannot get any roll or any rhythm, I guess you'd say, because Jared Weaver's not pitching amazingly in the sense of like strikeouts, but they're just not getting good wood on the ball there. So it looks like Vladimir the Impaler here is up, and looks like, see what Vlad's going to do here. So 2-6-6. 2-6-6 is going to be runner on first thrown out. There's no one on first. Leadoff batter, he is not. That's a fly out to right field. So looks like Isao, I think that's what his name is there. Isao got him out there, which is really just great for the team. Makes me feel good also as a viewer of this game that we're not going to just keep watching the Angels pulverize them during the top of the sixth. So, or the bottom of the sixth, I guess you could say. All right, so Scotty Coles is going to come up here in the bottom of the sixth here. Jared Weaver is going to continue because he's got that shutout going on here and, well, got all the time in the world to pitch. So 2-3-4. So 2-3-4 for Scotty Coles. 2, 3, 4 runners on base. Nope. Hot batter. Let's see if he's a hot batter. So Scotty Cole's here on our batter list. Because it's the 6th inning and it's actually after the 5th inning, it's no longer a semi. It's actually going to go to straight into cold or hot. So if he gets it, he's going to get it as a full attribute. So let's go to the home stats and see what he did previously. So it looks like Cole's actually had a base, so he's hot. So that's great for him and his team there. So 2, 3, 4 hot batter. Let's look to the fence. I love this about this game. History Maker Baseball really makes a great idea on how these games are played. So for the fence, it looks like we have our little chart here. And so he's a hero and a whiffer. So he's not any of those scrapper, slugger, or home run kings. So we're going to look at the other. So he needs to roll a 6 to get a home run. And he rolls a 2. So that's great. He's going to have a double. So we're going to actually have a fly ball, a double. And he's a right-handed hitter, so he's actually going to go up to Erstad there. It's going to be off the fence there, which is great for him. So Joey Milner out to play. We'll say, actually, Coles is having one heck of a game here. He did get on base his first bat for a fielder's choice, then a single, and then another double. So that's great. Milner's coming out to bat here. 2-5-5. 2-5-5. Let's see what he's got here. 2-5-5. Is the pitcher a star? He is not. Home run king batter? Nope. And it's a fly out to left field. So fly out to left field there. Carlos Inez is up to bat here. All right. So that's a 4-5-5. So 4-5-5. Is the pitcher flash? He does have the flash. It's going to be a strikeout, and he doesn't have a good eye, so he will watch that strikeout as the ball just whizzes on by his head. All right, George Gonzalez is up the bat here. Oh, Georgie. All right. Let's see what he's playing. He's doing a 1 for 2. Goodness, not very good. All right, so 1-2-6. So 1-2-6 here is going to be his pitcher fresh. He is not fresh. He's a semi-fresh pitcher right now, but at this point he doesn't have that fresh attribute here. So 1-2-6, is he a batter a sad sack? He is not. So that's going to be actually a single past second base. That's going to actually put us into another chart here. So we're going to do line drive past second. Well, we're going to do a hard ground ball past second base there. Mike Trout's going to pick it up. And let's see here. Runners advance 1 base on hits, 2 bases on doubles. Active runners score from second base on any hit. So let's see what Coles has here. Does Coles have an active? Nope, he is stoic or semi-stoic, so kind of sucks for him because Gonzalez would have ran him in there. So let's go to the baseball right now chart. So we're going to pull up Bernie Conroy's pitch here. All right, so a 4-6-6, or a 4-6, I apologize. Is the pitcher hot? So if the pitcher is considered hot if he struck out the last batter he faced, which he did not. So 4-6, he is not. So that means it's going to be a grounder to the pitcher with only play at first base, which actually kind of helps him out because there's only 2 outs left, and well, to be honest, he's just going to throw him out at their first base to get him out. So that is an inning kind of lost, I guess you'd say. So, up to bat, it's going to be Doug DeCinas. Top of the 7th, here we go. Well, most of you are probably hoping this game ends quicker than later because it's kind of a blowout at this point. People are already probably leaving the stands here. 2-2-5. Let's look at the chart here. 2-2-5. Is the pitcher a star? He is not. Let's see here. 2-2-5. Slugger or sad sack? He is a slugger, and he's a semi-slugger, so he's going to be a slugger here. So that means 2-2-5 is going to be a pop-out, right? 2-2-5. It's going to be a pop-out to right field. And if he's a whiffer, which he is not, it would have actually changed it, but he does not have it. So it's a pop-up to right field. Batter out to right field. All right, there you go. As you can see, Game Changer really does help out because you can see how great it already creates the scorebook for you. It gives you great visuals on the side. You can see the statistics if you're on an iPad, you can see the statistics as they go. Pitching wise, you can see the advanced breakdowns of the bats. If you really had a standards, I just want to take a break to kind of explain really just how great this game works with Game Changer, the application. It's free, by the way, not tooting any horn here, but I just really enjoy it because I don't like writing on paper and then having to print out and do all that stuff. So it's kind of just a really nice feature to have because it makes it easier, and I get to have a recap story and all this saved as like a standings leaderboard plays. So just want to kind of tell that about you guys. Excuse me there. All right, so Darren Erstad is up here with 1 out. All right, so that's a 5.66 here. 5.66. Looks like it's a wild pitcher. He is not. Does he have a good eye? He does not. I don't really know very many players who have actually good eye. It's really strange. I haven't even seen it actually. And then 5.66 is going to be a strikeout. And we're actually going to go to the Baseball Right Now chart after this here. So that's a good strikeout for Isao Fujiwara. All right, next batter is going to be Jim Fregosi. That's a 4.5. 4.5. Is he a cold batter? So let's go check it out. So a cold batter is considered, I guess you could say a batter is considered cold if he struck out his last at bat. So let's look at Fregosi. He double played his last at bat, so he didn't strike out. So 4.5, ground out to first base. So no matter what, it's going to be bad, really. So it looks like Bernie Conroy is going to strike him or get him out first there. And Manny Facero is going to be the first at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Now, Jared Weaver's probably getting to that point where we may want to start considering if he gets too many hits or anything like that, we might want to start taking him out here. Although he is so good right now that he is doing so great. I'm going to pull up my stats here real quick just so I can kind of rely on them a little bit. He has 6 strikeouts. He only has, let me see the walks to strikeouts. It's just phenomenal. Only 1 base on balls, 6 strikeouts, 0 ERA. He's just doing really well in comparison to kind of what expected. So I feel like he's probably got some good money in the tank still left here. So I think I'm going to continue having him pitch until it just kind of seems apparent that he wouldn't realistically pitch this far and try to do a complete game if possible, or even a shutout, because this would be a phenomenal game if he shut him out. So 1.25 with Manny Facero. So 1.25 is actually going to be, is he a struggler? He is not. Batter. So Manny is he patient? He is patient, but he's a semi-patient, so it's actually not going to be a patient this time. So 1.25, ground out to third base. Now, he is not a whiffer, so he wouldn't change that, so he's a ground out to third base. So Cenas to Joyner there brings up Wes Orton. Got a fielder's choice on his last at bat there. So 3.34. 3.34 is the pitcher an ace or a star? He's a semi-ace, but Decided I says no. Sad sack? Nope. And that's a single to left field there. All right, line drive. It's going to be a single to left field there to Erstad. So good for him there, getting on base there. Gary Mosby up to bat here. All right, so it's a 1.46 here. 1.46, does the pitcher have flash? He does. That's going to be a strikeout. Now, we do, of course, have that 1.46 with the glasses there. Or 1.44 with the glasses. Question more lenient, as we already looked before. Jerry Gale is spot on today, so he is giving nothing away, and it's going to be a straight strikeout, which is good. Like I said before, like it nice called game. I don't want to be lenient or questionable. So it's going to bring up Scotty Coles here for that next batter here. So 4.45. Let's look at 4.45. So 4.45 is the pitcher a workman? Definitely not. Is he patient? It looks like Scotty's not too patient. And ground out to first base. All right. So Wally Joyner kind of puts him out there. It looks like we're going to go to the top of the 8th inning here. Now Esau is a I guess we would see a relief pitcher. I'd play him as as a kind of a mid pitcher at this point. Does have that flash, does have the control, and he's a prospect. I'm playing him as he has already pitched, as you can kind of see here. He has pitched, let's see real quick here, for some stats here on how many innings he's pitched. Because it is important to make sure you keep it as realistic as possible. So it looks like he has actually pitched 1 1/3 inning. So that's not necessarily for me. If he's a mid pitcher and we're just going to try to push him to that 9th inning, I'm going to tell the manager actually walked out and said to him, hey, you got to stay on this mound until the 9th inning. Get him out. 3 outs. That's all we need. So I'm going to keep him out there because I just don't want to have another pitcher get out there. Just a waste because in the next game you wouldn't even be able to play another batter or another pitcher because you've already gone through so many relief pitchers already. So Brian Downing's up to bat here. 1-4-5 is what we're playing here. 1-4-5 is the pitcher, a struggler. He's a semi-struggler, but that struggler side of dice is not there. So it's a ground out to 2. Since he's a right-hand pitcher or batter, it's going to be ground out to 3rd base. There we go. Next at bat, Jim Edmonds. Old Jimmy here. Here we go. 5-6-6. So 5-6-6 is going to be, is the pitcher wild? He is not. Does he have good eye? He doesn't. Again, I literally haven't seen a person who has good eye. And then strikeout is going to be the play. And we're actually going to go to the baseball right now section here. So good for Esau. Got that good pitch going on here. 2 outs, just like Coach wanted here. All right. Baseball right now. Here we go. So Adam Kennedy coming off that hot 5th and 6th inning hits, if you can believe it. Hitting in the 5th and 6th inning. That's amazing here. So 24. 24 is the batter. Is it a hot batter? So hot batter, again, like I said, a hot batter is considered hot if he had a hit in his last at bat, which he absolutely did. Well, actually, you know what? He didn't. He was base on balls. So not necessarily a hit. So I'm not going to say he's not hot. So 24, he's not hot. So it's a fly out to left field. Because I'm going to go pretty stringent there and say that he actually was based on balls, so he's not really that hot. So we're actually going to go to the bottom of the 8th there. Joey Milner is going to be up to bat here. Let's see here. How was that last inning for Jared Weaver? How many pitchers, batters? He faced 4 batters already. He did strike out a batter, so I'm going to give him one more inning. If he lets up more than 1 hit on this one, then we'll see what we can do here to relieve him. So 2-2-5. So let's bring him back out to here. 2-2-5. It's going to say to us, is the pitcher a star? He is not. Is the batter a slugger or a sad sack? He is a slugger. So 2-2-5 is going to be a pop out to right field. And batter is a whiffer, as you can see right here, and it says right here for 2-2-5 with a thumbs up. That means he actually strikes out. So he's actually going to strike out swinging, and that's the reason why I leave in Jared Weaver there. He is still kind of contributing to the whole game here as a whole. All right, so 5-5-6 here. So 5-5-6 is the pitcher an ace. He's a semi-ace, but decided I says not so much there today. His batter a sad sack. He is not. So that's going to be a double to right and an active steals. Ooh, ball in play. So we have line drive and a double to right field. That kind of does bring into mind that we may want to see if this goes. So if he gets another hit out here, we will pull him here. We don't want to, or if he lets anybody on base at this point, we will pull him. So we're going to tell him right now, Jared, you got to get this guy off the plate. You got to get those 2 outs, or we're going to pull you. Let's see what happens. All right, so that's a 2-3-4. See how Jared does here. Runners on base. Yes, there is. So let's go to plate drama. Three, 6. Plate drama. Let's look real quick here. So is the catcher iron? I don't think he is. I'm not sure though. Pretty sure he wouldn't be because, well, he is semi-iron, but the decisive size says he is not iron. So 3-6. If we look back there, it's the catcher iron. Catcher gathers in low, sinking curveball. It's a ball. So we're just going to go right back to right back to the plate. It looks like he grabbed it. I don't know why I'm about to close the book on this here. Not done just yet. So 1 ball. We're gonna get back to the normal bat here. And did I see that it was a 3-6? Real quick here. Yeah, so we're gonna go to, is that red? Yeah. That's orange. Okay, orange. Is that orange? Am I crazy? That's red. I think I'm absolutely nuts. It's definitely orange. Oh, okay. If play result is a ball or strike reading, go to appropriate umpire mini chart to continue at bat. There you go. So let's go see what happens here. So the umpire mini chart. Let's go find that. I haven't actually seen this yet, so let's go find it. So right now, there is a man on here. So mini event with the umpire. So there's a man on second. So let's go find that one there. Perfect. There we go. So runner on second. We're gonna roll these 2 dice here. I think this is what we're doing, so we'll find out here soon enough, though. We're kind of learning all together, I guess you'd say. We'll see how this game goes here. All right, so 4-6. 4-6 says, is lenient umpire at home. He's not. He's respected. Like I've mentioned, I do like a nice little calm umpire up front on the home plate there. So claims ball misses corner. So that's not hip, so no. So the umpire calls strike 2, batter still at bat. Okay. And I think it said to continue at bat, right? So I think we're just going to continue the bat, I think it is. And to continue at bat. So I think at this point he's called strike 2. So I guess we're just going to play a normal play here. So that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So 3-3-5. So 3-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? He is not. Sad sack? Nope. And then let's see here. Single to right field. Stolen base. Stoic holds. And if you look at him, he is actually active. So he's going to single to right field. So Vladimir Guerrero. And if you look there, it looks like a runner advanced 2 bases on any hit. So Inez was on second. And that would mean that on last play, Inez is going to go there. And then let's take a... We're going to actually take him out, and then we're going to give Gonzalez his well-deserved steal. But Jared Weaver's going to actually put pulled out here. He has had a great game, and he definitely deserves definitely a hardcore cheer here, as he has done so well here today. Going through, I guess you'd say, 8 2/3 of an inning here. Let's bring in Scott Shields. I want to see how he plays here. Scott Shields, great player. He's got star and he's got flash. Really, really great player. I do like him. We'll see if he can pull it in there. See if he can pull it, and maybe I'll pull in K-Rod or Percival. I think Percival played last game, so we won't do that. But we're going to take out Weaver here. Sub out. Put in Scott Shields. All right. We're going to put a strike on there just for fun. And then Gonzalez is going to steal because he's active. Now we have a man on second, 1 out here. And Bernie Conroy is up to bat. That's 1-3-3. Slugger. Is he a slugger? He is not. Good thing, because I've been a home run. 1-3-3 is a fly out to left field here. Fly out to left field. And it looks like all runners hold on the flyouts on a 1 here. So then we're going to go to Manny Facero. Okay, so that's a 1-1-3 here. 1-1-3. Is the pitcher an ace? Well, he was an ace first, so now he's not. Is the batter a slugger? He is a semi-slugger, but the decider dice says no otherwise. So it's going to be a single to center field. We have 2 asterisks there. And the 2 asterisks say sad sack or home run king strikeout. He has neither of those, so that actually means that he's going to single to right field. I think that is, right? Oh no, to single center field. So single to center field there. And on a single, looks like runners advance on one base, two bases on doubles, and active runners score from second base on any hit. So boy golly, if I ever wanted to see how great Scott Shields is doing, unfortunately, George Gonzalez is an active runner, so he's going to actually score from second base there. All right, so Manny Facero's got on base there. That's 9-2 here. They're kind of mounting their comeback here. So the catcher, Wes Orton's up here. All right, 3-4-4 here. So 3-4-4. Is the pitcher a prospect? He is not. He's actually pretty good at the time. 3-4-4, is he patient? Batter is not there. That's going to pop out to second base. Let's see here. Pop out to second base. All right, so we're going to go to the top of the ninth. At this point, we're just kind of hoping that the Angels kind of strike out 3 here real quick here. Even though I love the Angels, kind of hoping this game will kind of end real quick here. But at this point, this game's kind of getting long here, 9-2. There's really no reason to be here. I think the manager's already started the bus. So Wally World stepped up to the plate here, 1-1-5. So 1-1-5 is the pitcher fresh. He is not fresh at this point. I say that because he's already pitched 2 or so innings, and with a relief pitcher, I really don't think he's going to go 2 innings and still be semi-fresh, even if he hasn't let up a run. So I'm going to go with no. Even still, I'm going to say he's given up his freshness. He's gone semi-fresh. The decider die says he is fresh. So he is fresh. So we're going to go with that. 1-1-5. Pop out to choice infielder, because 1-1-5 is the blue die. So let's see real quick what it says here. So the blue die means for a left batter, which he is, it's going to be a first baseman. So pop out to the first baseman. All right, there we go. If Fujiwara gives up a hit, I will actually replace him. I definitely feel like he kind of ended his innings last. He's actually retired the last, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, I think 4 batters. No one's actually gone on base, so he's actually really hot right now. So we're going to see if we can continue that hot streak here. 1-1-2, here we go. I apologize, I take that back. He actually hasn't retired that many batters here. Let me check real. Yeah, actually he has, yeah. So he's retired 4, yeah. So 1-1-2. So 1-1-2 here real quick. It's going to be, is the pitcher flash? Pitcher does have flash, so it's going to be a strikeout here for Isao. He's just on fire, really. He's just doing great. Mike Trout sits down here, kind of getting that next strikeout in his repertoire there. He strikes out so much, goodness. Mike Trout does in this game. So Vladimir Guerrero sees might be the last batter of this game here for the Angels. 2-3-5. See if you can get that great home run there. So is the pitcher wild? He is not. Is Vlad a slugger or a sad sack? He is a slugger. 2-3-5. Let's see, 2-3-5. All right. Oh, whoops! I'm looking at the wrong one here. So 2-3-5 is eager. He is semi-eager, but it says not so much today. So ground out to second base. He is patient. He is not patient because he's eager. So ground out to second base, and Isao does pretty darn good, I will say. He might be the best pitcher outside of Jared Weaver that's actually pitched today, because he really did give us a run for our money there at the end. All right, let's see if there's any Angels in the outfield for the Spurs. That's kind of a coincidence and the irony of that. So Gary Moseby coming up to bat here. 4-4-6 here. 4-4-6 is the pitcher. Scott Shields is a star. Yeah, so let's see real quick here. Is he a star? Yes, he is. Okay, so that's a ground ball to second base. So ground ball, second base. Okay, Scotty's going to see if he can close out this game real quick here. It does appear like he's in fashion. I feel like Scott's going to be good here. I wanted to see how he play. So 1-3-3 here. So is the batter a slugger? He is not. He's actually a whiffer, 1-3-3. So it's actually a fly out to left field here. Fly out to left field. Okay, and then Joey Milner. Joey Miller might be the last at bat here for our first episode. Let's see what happens. That's a 1-2-6. 1-2-6. Is the pitcher fresh? He's semi-fresh. He says that the decider die says he is. So 1-2-6, line out to second base. And that, my friends, will be the ball game here. So let's see.